Hello, Namaste, and welcome to today's chair yoga class. So you will need a comfortable chair, something you can sit quite upright in. It's often a nice idea to have a pillow behind your lower back. So we're all designed to have a small inward curve in the lower back. It can get lost as we spend many years sitting, so having a pillow between your lower back and the chair just helps to keep that curve and gives that lovely lift and lengthening so we can breathe better. So that's always a good idea. If your feet don't quite touch the floor with the chair you have, then have a block or something underneath your feet. So this is a yoga block, which is maybe 2 inches deep. It could be a hardback book, it could be a few books, telephone directory, anything like that. So having something underneath your feet. Having feet on the floor is important. So don't have the feet gliding or just barely touching the floor or even floating. So as always, with any yoga class, can I ask you to practice your yoga with the intention of listening to your body, being sensible, and only doing what feels good, what feels right for today. So sometimes we practice yoga and we have injuries, we have illnesses, long-term conditions, and so on, low energy levels, for example. So listen to your body and only do what feels right. So sitting back into the chair. I'm starting with one of my favorite practices for simply slowing down. And I really like this because there is nothing better at getting a group of people to stop talking. So if you're trying to get a class started and nobody's listening to you, Magic Hands gets everybody focused and into their yoga straight away. So for Magic Hands, bring the palms of the hands together and briskly rub the hands, creating a bit of friction, a bit of heat, a bit of warmth. And you can stop whenever the hands feel warm and a bit buzzy and tingly, and then pause. So the hands aren't touching, there's maybe 2 to 3 inches between the palms of the hands, a little bit less between the fingers. Notice the warmth, the tingling in the hands and the fingers, or any sensations, even if it's different to warmth and tingling. And as you breathe in, let the hands drift further apart. As you breathe out, let the hands come a little bit closer together again. Now I like to imagine there is a ball, an invisible ball between the hands, and as I breathe in, that ball is getting larger. And as I breathe out, that ball is getting smaller, so the hands drift closer together again. And I love this for simply slowing everything down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's continue. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you can switch on Ujjayi. If you don't know what I mean, it's a long breath in through the nose, a long breath out through the nose. Continue to maintain awareness on the sensations in the hands and that invisible ball growing larger as you breathe in, becoming smaller as you breathe out. Taking a few more rounds of breath here. last round, inhaling and exhale. And taking a moment just to check in with how that very brief practice makes you feel. So our breath is linked to our emotions. So if we're feeling stressed or anxious, we can use the breath, slowing down the breath just as we have done, to help reduce anxiety, reduce stress and promote calm. So we can use our breathing to influence how we feel and change how we feel. So moving on to self-massage, and I ought to have taken off my watch first. So we're going to be doing a little bit of self-massage. I have done this before, but maybe you haven't seen that video. So I think it's better with as little rings, watches, bracelets and stuff as possible. They might annoy you. So if you want to take things off and pop them down, please do. So again, briskly rubbing the hands. And I'm going to start massaging the right side first. So massaging the right side with the left hand. And again, I really like this practice for promoting circulation. And for just tuning into your body and how each body part feels. So I'm sliding the left hand down the palm of the right hand, the fingers, and then crossing over to the back of the fingers, the back of the hand to the wrist. So I'll come a little bit closer. We'll start off like this. And the hand that's doing the massage, it's a reasonably firm rub. So not too light or tickly, not really forceful, but firm. As I said, one of the benefits of this is promoting, improving circulation. And then going a little bit further up, so going along the back of the hand to the elbow, along the inside of the elbow, down the inside of the forearm to the hand, and continue. So it's a slightly larger movement. As much as you can, keep the breath steady. And now a bit larger again, so this time all the way up to the shoulder and then down the inside of the arm. And spreading out the hands so you're getting as much surface contact as you can. Well done, we'll do one more on this right arm. Fantastic. And then bring the palms together again once more. And we'll just move to the other side. So now using the right hand to massage the left hand first. So palm of the left hand, left fingers, back of the hand to the wrist. And then going up to the elbow. Spreading out the hands, you're getting as much contact area as you can. And then going all the way up to the shoulder. Well done, and one more of these. Fantastic. And then take the palms together, briskly rub the palms. Now bringing awareness to the abdomen. So I'm going to bring my left hand to maybe the bottom left rib and go diagonally across. But we do this on the out breath, that's quite important. So exhale, go from the lower left rib across down to the right hip. Then the right hand goes to the lower right rib to the left hip. Do the downward movement on the out breath, that's quite important. And again, it's a firm rub without giving yourself indigestion or irritating any digestive issues. A couple more. And once more to each side. Okay, well done. Maybe noticing now, does that part of the body feel a little bit warmer? We're moving to the legs next, so I'll sit down so you can see. So rubbing the hands briskly and become aware of the knees. And now bringing those lovely warm hands around the kneecap. So I'm going in opposite directions, but actually it doesn't matter. We're coming in circles. And then change direction. So however you've chosen to do your circles, change directions. Well done. And then let the hands come to the outsides of the knees. And then as you breathe in, draw the hands up the outer thighs, across the tops of the thighs, and then down the insides. And continue. Spreading out the hands as much as you can. Again, the intention is to create warmth, promote circulation. And just one more, inhaling and exhaling. And again, briskly rubbing the hands against each other. And then moving to the neck. So if you have any issues with your neck, be mindful, please. You don't need to stand, I'm just coming a bit closer so you can see better. Bring the hands around the neck and feel the warmth of the hands. Now, don't squeeze your neck, but have a reasonably firm hold. And as you breathe in, turn the head to one side. So there's a bit of resistance. The hands are holding the flesh and the head is going to one side. And then come back to center. And then breathe in, turn the head to the other side. And breathe out, come back to center. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. And again. Well done, bring the head back to center. Take the hands away, notice how the neck feels. Rub the hands together again. And this time we're going to tap the head. So fingertips tapping the crown, the whole of the scalp actually. Now it sounds rather hollow, certainly when I do it. So do expect sound effects, but covering as much of the scalp as you can. And notice, be curious about the spaces behind the ears, maybe where the hairline meets the neck at the back of the head. And then taking the hands and rubbing the hands across the head. So maybe from the forehead down to the back of the neck, and then changing hands over. And again, a nice firm rub. And maybe moving then to the side of the head, not just doing across the top. Well done, and then noticing how the scalp feels. And then take fingertips and then tapping across the forehead, across the temples, around the eyebrows, along the cheekbones. Just quite light, And for some people it'll be okay to tap along the nose and the sinuses. Now if you have sore sinuses, leave that bit out. And maybe tapping along the nose, the cheekbones. Notice where it feels sensitive, be curious. Well done. And then let the hands rest down. Take a moment to sit back into the chair. And just simply be with that. So very simple routine. But in my view, very calming, very nurturing. Now from here, bring awareness to the feet. So I'm going to move back just a little bit so you can see. So I have a block underneath my feet, or it could be a firm blanket or hardback book, anything like that. And I'd say the front 2/3 of both feet are on the block and the back third is hanging off the back. And then as I breathe in, I'm squeezing my calf muscles and lifting the heels. And as I breathe out, I'm pushing the heels down and lifting the fronts of the feet. They don't lift for me completely, but there is a small bit of a lift. Now I'll turn to sideways so you can maybe see better. So it's heel lifts. Inhale, lifting the heels. You feel you're squeezing these calf muscles quite strongly. Exhale, push the heels down. Lift as much the fronts of the feet as you can to the toes. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Taking a few more. And 3 more of these. Always coordinating with the breath. It helps you to slow down. So inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Well done. Relax the feet, the legs, give the legs a little shake. And then if you can find a yoga block, if you have one, or it's an A4 size, or something roughly the size of an A4. Squeeze that between the hands. So I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. So holding it like this, squeezing it between the hands, the thumbs are to the top. So this is for working shoulders. So if you do get tired arms, tired shoulders, this is possibly not the best for you, but try one if you like. So squeeze the block gently between the hands, and as you breathe in, lift the block to the sky. Continue to squeeze. And as you breathe out, let the block come down. A few more times. Inhale. Exhaling. And even if lifting the arms like this isn't for you, how about as you breathe in, you simply squeeze the block between the hands. Engage muscles around the shoulders and the arms. So do that in the in-breath, relax in the out-breath. And if you are lifting, do so in the in-breath, gently squeezing the block between the hands. Exhale, let the arms come down. 3 more of either version. Lifting the arms as you breathe in. Squeezing as you breathe in. Relaxing down as you breathe out. And again, inhale. Exhale. And last one, if you're not lifting the block, remember, squeeze the block, squeeze the arms. And exhale, let the block and the arms come down. Well done. Notice how the shoulders feel, notice how the arms feel. They might feel a little bit warmer. Sitting back into the chair. Be aware of the neck, so as you breathe in, lift the chin to the sky. And as you breathe out, bring the chin towards the chest. Comfortable stretch along the back of the neck. And again, inhale, lift the chin to the sky. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Let's take 3 more, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Lift the head back up to center. Become aware of the shoulders, the tops of the shoulders, and as you breathe in, draw the tops of the shoulders forwards up and then drop them down and into the back. Do that a few more times. Inhale, shoulders come forwards up and then down into the back. And continue inhaling, exhaling, and again. And last one, inhaling and exhaling. And let the shoulders settle down. We're going to work with the spine now, do the same movement as cat to cow, which we would do maybe on all fours. So I'll turn to sideways so you can see. Have the hands on the thighs. And as you breathe in, pull the hands along the thighs towards the hips and take the chest forward. And as you breathe out, slide the hands forwards towards the knees and pull the spine back behind you, so stretching out the back of the body. And continue. So the hands, the arms are driving this movement. As you breathe in, pull the hands back, lifting and opening the chest. And as you breathe out, slide the arms forwards, leaning the spine away from the arms. Let's continue. Be curious. How does this feel in your spine? How does this feel with the breath? Taking 3 more, inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Well done. Come back to sitting with a nice long spine. Notice the sensations along the spine. Feel the feet on the floor. And as you breathe in, feel that you're breathing in and up from the earth to the feet, to the legs, to the lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet and the earth below. Breathing in and up from earth to feet, to legs, to lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet and the earth below. And again, breathing in and up from earth to feet, to legs, to lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet and the earth below. Now coming into a side bend, which we're going to add Durga breath to. Durga breath is a way of strengthening the lungs, but we'll do this with a side bend. So as much as feels comfortable, I'd like you to have the left hand holding onto the bottom of the chair or the leg of the chair and lean over to the left, so you're creating more space between the ribs on the right hand side, but let the right arm rest down. So I'll actually come back to center and I'll explain. We're dividing the in-breath into thirds. So the first third of the in-breath, take a sip in and a pause. Next third, a sip in and a pause. Next third, a sip in, a pause, and then a long breath out. Now, even though we're dividing the in-breath into thirds, you don't need to force the breath. You don't need to break world records. It's just the tiniest sip, tiny pause, tiny sip, small pause, tiny sip, small pause, long breath out. So no forcing, no straining. Right, so let's start. Left hand holding onto the bottom of the chair or the leg of the chair. And we're doing 5 rounds of breath on each side. Right rib cage, tiny sip, pause, tiny sip, pause, tiny sip, pause, long breath out. Continue, tiny sip, pause, tiny sip, pause, small sip, pause, long breath out. And again, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause, long breath out. 2 more rounds, inhale, 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 exhale. And last one on this side, inhale, 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 exhale. Well done. Lift the torso back to upright again. We'll do the other side now. Now, if 5 rounds of breath is too much, just bring the torso back to upright, and you can still do the practice sitting upright. Right hand now holding on to the bottom of the chair, or the right leg of the chair. Leaning over to the right. So think about expanding left side of the rib cage. Again, it doesn't need to be a maximum stretch, just something you can hold for a few rounds of breath. And then small sip in, pause, small sip in, pause, small sip in, pause. Long exhale. Small sip, small sip, small sip. Long exhale. Small sip, small sip, small sip. Long exhale. Small sip, small sip, small sip. Long exhale. And last one, small sip, small sip, small sip. Long exhale. Well done. And then bring the torso back to upright once more. And as you breathe in, maybe noticing a bit more space on the sides of the rib cage. And slowing the breath down. So at the risk of boring everybody with my mindless, well, hopefully mindful repetition, it's much better to breathe more deeply into the bottom parts of the lungs. When we breathe into the bottom parts of the lungs, it's much more effective and efficient at bringing oxygen into the blood supply that then circulates to the whole of the body. So the more you can breathe into the sides of the rib cage, the bits we've just opened up there, those small side bends, the better for your overall well-being. Coming into a twist, bring palms over the heart center, middle of the chest, one hand resting over the other. Inhale. Feel like you're lifting the breastbone into the hands. So we'll come into a twist. We'll move with the breath. Let's go to the right first. So inhale and exhale. Turn the shoulders to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, moving to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Twice more. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Once more to each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Now inhale. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand holds onto the back of the chair, left hand to the outside of the right leg, and let's pause here and breathe. And then inhaling. Exhale, come back to center, resting one hand over the other at heart center. Pause. We'll do the other side in just a moment. Twists by their nature are quite calming and relaxing, so observing, has that been the effect for you? Inhale. Exhale, turn to the left. So left hand to the back of the chair, right hand to the outside of the left leg. Pause and breathe. Inhaling, and then exhale, come back to center, resting the hands over the heart center once more. Observing again, how does that feel? And then let the hands rest down. And using your pillow, your cushion, if you wish. So remember, that goes to the lower back. We're wanting to maintain the neutral curve in the lower back, not exaggerate, just maintain the neutral curves. Taking a moment to observe the breath. Breathing in and up from earth to feet, to legs, to lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet, and the earth below. Breathing in and up from earth to feet, to legs, to lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet, and the earth below. And again, breathing in and up from earth to feet, to legs, to lungs. Breathing out and down from lungs to legs, to feet, and the earth below. So we'll finish with a short breathing practice, a short relaxation. And I would like us to do Ujjayi and golden thread. So Ujjayi is when we breathe in through the nose. It also happens to be noisy breath because we're directing the air over the back of the throat. But if you've not come across that practice before, don't worry. It's a long, smooth breath in through the nose. The out breath. Imagine you're gently holding a drinking straw between the lips. So gently pursing the lips, don't tense the face, and blow the breath away. But it makes the out breath very, very long, so allow that to be. When you're ready to join me, breathing in through the nose. Tiny gap between the lips, blow the out breath gently away. Continue. Try to focus on the breath. I know the mind wanders. One more round, in through the nose. Golden thread, exhale. And then pause. Return to breathing in and out through the nose. Being with this stillness, this quietness for a little bit longer. Notice anything you can about the breath, the sound of the breath. The length of the in-breath, the length of the out-breath. Notice the pauses that naturally arise between each in-breath and each out-breath. And then become aware of fingers and toes and begin to move fingers and toes. Maybe shake the legs a little bit from side to side. Maybe roll the head side to side or up and down, whatever feels nice. So that's our short chair yoga practice now over. Bring the palms together, heart center. And we'll bow forwards as we say Namaste. And Namaste is a blessing that means the light in me honors and blesses the light in you. So thank you so much for joining me today. Notice before you get on with the rest of your day, whatever you've got planned, how you feel. The intention, the purpose of yoga is to bring us out of our heads and into our body. We do spend far too much time in our heads in general. So anything that brings us into our body, noticing the breath, the sensations, warmth, tingling, anything is very useful and very beneficial. So well done. Thank you for joining me and hopefully see you soon.